Hi, hello, and welcome to Vertex of Abundance. My name is Priestess Gorgeous. I'll be your oracle today, and I'm here to brief you on the cycle of the retrogradation of Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter is retrograding right now in Scorpio. And Jupiter in Scorpio is interesting, okay? Because it's retrograde, it's like an upheaval. Really, it's kind of like a turn of events. Sometimes things get turned upside down. Sometimes they get inverted. So Scorpio is like where we detox. It's kind of like the psychic or the karmic sphincter. And what happens is it's a way of releasing wounding. Now, this wounding has to deal with attachments oftentimes, okay, shared emotional needs, inner workings of relationships, things that we try to hide from ourselves, oftentimes are projections from the places that we've repressed, suppressed, wounding. There's a lot to do with karma there. And then, adding Jupiter in, it can explode things. It can make them bigger than life. It brings enlightenment to things. And oftentimes enlightenment just means things have to get out of hand so that we become blatantly, painfully aware of something, all right? So Jupiter's in Scorpio. And those are these energies here. Scorpio is the death card, okay? And Jupiter is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is a gate for higher energies to come through. The Wheel of Fortune brings universal cycles here to the planet, to the world. What it does is it's a gate of logos. It's a gate of alignment. And the gate of alignment is enlightenment. It's to let you out of lower vibrational cycles. Now, it brings in harsh energy. It doesn't always bring in good energy, but it's always to move things out. It's to complete cycles. Okay? So the cycle is of dark things being released. And I'm saying release because the 8th house is a sign of release, a house of release, and Scorpio is a sign of release. So it doesn't matter where in your chart Jupiter is, wherever Scorpio is a detox of wounding, and Jupiter is going to benevolently bring into consciousness what's alive that needs to be released from you. Okay, so Jupiter retrograde stationed retrograde on the 8th of March. And it's going to be there until about the 10th of July. It's going to retrograde at 23 degrees Scorpio, and it's going to go direct at 13 degrees Scorpio. That's going to put us in alignment with our spiritual path. And when this begins to go direct in the shadow period, which starts around the 11th of July, it continues all the way up until October 6th. So from now, March 22nd, all the way up until about the 10th of July, Jupiter is going to be physically embodied through us, physically embodied through the collective. Okay? And what that'll give us is a drive, a desire, enlightenment about where in our lives we're wounded. Where in our lives we need to pay a little bit of attention to be liberated, to be freed. Jupiter talks about liberation. Enlightenment is liberation. You have illumination into where you need to drive yourself to be free, sovereign, and serene. I'm already seeing that there's something about our wounding. There's something about, I'm hearing the word bane of existence. There's something about baneful in our lives. And baneful can be a negative word, I'm aware. But there's something baneful about our life, something that we can't let go, we can't release, we want to get rid of it. And it's almost like the bane of our existence, you know. And now we're going on this journey to step into awareness of it. We might be contemplating, meditating, we might be doing some type of working to figure it out. What it is that we're lost on, what it is we can't figure out. So we opened up a Stargate in the Scorpio constellation. What came through was Venus. So Venus deals with the refinement. Jupiter deals with the enlightenment. So this is the retrogradation report. What I'm going to do is brief us on the energy here. And I will continue the report in the temple at vertexofabundance.org. Link will be in the show notes. So Venus is coming through the gate. And whenever Venus and the death card come up, it's oftentimes changes in the love or the nurture or what we're trying to create. It can also be changes to feminine people in our life, changes to motherhood. Motherhood does not always mean birth. It means gestation. It means being a womb. It means tending a container. So there's something about what we're holding, what we're feeding, what we're giving sustenance to. And what we're giving sustenance to right now, it's breaking down. There's some type of epiphany experience that's being restructured, reshifted. We might be getting, we might be getting rude awakenings as well about this journey, this cycle that we're on, whatever it is we're feeding. We're living in the place of our structure, our stability needing to be restructured or torn down to the ground. Okay. Why we're here to have the universe support us. We're finally looking at not being the fool with whatever this wounding is, with whatever the shifting around of our sovereignty is, the shifting around of our heart center, our gate, okay, the threshold on which our soul manifests spiritual cycles here in the physical. We're looking to have the universe support us in that. We're looking to create. We're looking to innovate in the place where we're rooted. In the place where we've taken a stake here in this incarnational cycle. We're looking to have some shifts there, some changes there. Okay, that's why we're here. That's what's brought us here. Now, we're needing something. We're needing to understand how to complete this cycle. We're needing to understand the mystery of this incarnation. We're needing to receive and give ourselves a little bit of a break, especially healing from this crisis as well. Some of us may not even be aware of what this crisis is, what this crisis entails. It's ultimately an incarnational cycle where there's been conflict. The universe means one song, one syllable, one verse. It also means united in conflict as well. There's many plays on words on universe, you know. So I'm hearing all these play on words because we have the Fool card, the Tower, and the World card knighting this Judgment card, Il Justizio, which means a new wake up moment, a new aha moment. Through finding one's niche. But it's a new conflict as well because of an incarnational cycle to discover oneself and for the soul, the spirit to emerge, the true self to emerge. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up the universe here. I'll give my findings and recommendations for the general retrograde. I'll go over a couple dates just one more time. So what came through the gate here was Venus, and Venus is the Empress card, l'Emettrice. It really is Venus in Taurus, Venus in the second house, Hathor, Earth Mama, Patria Mama, Tiamat, etc. It's talking about gestation, being the eternal virgin, so having a eternal partnership to Great Spirit, to Source, but also being the physical vessel through which spiritual intention, you are the threshold so which spirit can manifest and express itself. It also talks about the principle of plurality, which is love for yourself and others, and it's all in respective to our wounding, releasing things of emotional attachment, and cutting cords on the etheric body, cutting cords in the emotional body. So that's attachments. These are incarnational attachments. So ultimately, what this Jupiter and Scorpio is doing is it's liberating us. It's liberating us on the illusions that we have for incarnation and what keeps us bonded in a human experience instead of a spiritual experience. And it's going to come in a way that's pertinent to us. Venus and that Jupiter, Venus will humanize it, give it human language, give it third dimensional language, everyday humanity language. Jupiter will blow it out of the park in terms of getting it to the highest degree on, again, Venus, however it's applicable to us. And then the dates that I was talking about, let's get up into that. So again, we stationed retrograde on the 8th of March, Jupiter, and that was at 23 degrees Scorpio, and we will continue retrograde until the 6th of October, and we'll station direct at 13 degrees Scorpio, and we'll continue on in the shadow, the Jupiter shadow period, until the 12th. I'm sorry. We're actually going to be retrograde until the 23rd of July. We'll be out of shadow at the 6th of October. So let me just clarify here for my mistake. We stationed retrograde at 23 degrees Scorpio on the 8th of March. Okay, we will station direct on the 10th of July, and we will continue in the Jupiter at 13 degrees, and we'll continue in shadow until the 6th of October, which will finally start hitting higher degrees of 23 plus Scorpio. You see that 23rd degree of Scorpio is ruled by Rahu. maybe not, but the Lord Rahu will come through in that degree, and that'll be what we're here to accomplish in terms of our wounding. There's deep hidden things about humanity, about everyday life, about this world and incarnational cycle that are not clear and that should be clear. And so there's going to be some destabilization of a belief, of a structure, a mental structure, belief structure, so that you are no longer a product of ignorance, privy to the illusion. You finally know, so you can finally make the changes. The hidden key, the hidden ingredient, the truth about the game that we're playing called Incarnation and Life, the Matrix, that's what Rahu will bring. And Rahu is the lord of the degree in which we leave retrograde at. So at the very end of the retrograde, Rahu will come out too, because Rahu is a very, also, K2 is Saturn, Rahu, north node is Jupiter, south node, Saturn. So the north node will be like, okay, I'm hungry to discover the secret, to implement the secret that up until now I did not know. Now that I know, I can be successful. Okay, about the thing that I've been hoping, wishing, and praying to unburden myself of, so that I can accomplish my hope, wishes, and dreams in this lifetime, because I've been incarnating, unable to make it past the power to lead the hidden functions of society that are secretive and occult in nature, and en masse disenable me from my virtue. That's what we see here. So what I'm going to do now is, in the temple, please click through for sign-specific information for your Jupiter cycle according to your rising sign. So the energy, the information that I'm going to go through now, it's for your rising sign, okay? It's for your rising sign, all right? If you don't know your rising sign, try your node. Specifically, your north node. And if you don't know that, then do your sun sign. But if you know your rising sign, look up the information for your rising sign. The link should be in the show notes. Or you can go over to vertexofabundance.org and click on Retrogradation Report, Jupiter. It'll be filed under March 2008. So this refinement of the shadow, refinement of the self, refinement of our wounding means release. There's things that we need to release. We need to release anything that's not in alignment with our values, our visions, our virtues. If we can't commit with our valor, with our virtue, with our vision, if we can't commit to our agenda, or if our agenda doesn't align, we can't commit ourselves. And that's what Jupiter's going to tell us, what we need to release. And we're not removing or cranking down or ratcheting down any energy. We're going to be hog crazy trying to go out and accomplish something. But the ease of accomplishment will come with the unalignment of certain things and realignment into other things that are truly, genuinely in alignment. Okay? Now, the path that we go on to do that is, again, starting out with Jupiter, and we will go forward into some type of success, victory. You'll be a victory here on earth as it is in heaven. Heaven doesn't always mean, the pearly gates, where the creator is. Heaven could also mean the place where there's enlightenment, where things are refined and in alignment, and where you can control from your sovereignty and the eternity of your spirit, your actual authentic self. Hell will be where you're disconnected from the heart center, unable to connect, bound and derelicted by greed and hunger and separation, disunification, lack of harmony. That's hell. Okay, what cannot be changed is that there will be an emergence from the depths of our soul, and the thing that will support that is the higher self. The thing that will be of great support to us is that moving into spiritual technology, spiritual systems will give us the mastery that we need to make it out of the wounding permanently. Okay, so again, start with your rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, I would suggest your north node. If you don't know your north node, then I would suggest your sun sign, in that order. Rising sign will be 70+% accurate. If you have double energies that would coincide with your rising sign or planets in your first house, this would be 75+% accurate, and your north node will be about 50-60% accurate. Your sun sign will be less than 30%. Your sun sign would tell you what to do about this information. The rising sign will just automatically bring it to you. You're getting prediction. The north node would give you counsel. It'll tell you what to do about this information. It won't really be what to do. It'll be your spirit, karma, life path, destiny. So it'll be basically an analysis, a little bit of guidance on how to weather the storm. So it'll tell you the emotional response or the spiritual, whatever the instinct alive in you, the primal energies are alive in you. The north node will basically tell you how to structure your life, how to make it the path, how to navigate towards that path. Sun sign will tell you how to structure your life in response to that path. Rising sign is basically just a prediction. The rising sign magnetically is attracted to your aura. It'll automatically bring it onto whatever path that you're walking. The rising sign will be what you cannot change because it will come to you. It will literally find where you're at. And it's like being magnetized to. It's your resonance. Okay, peace be with you. Take good care of yourself. Until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, dandavat, and ashe. See you over in the temple. Link in the show notes, vertexofabundance.org. Under Oracle Series, check the retrogradation report. This will be filed under Jupiter, March 2018. Thank you very much. See you over at the temple. Bye.